What's good, YouTube? It's your boy FantaSZN, aka Fanta, and if you're OG, you might even know me as Imagine Slaying. And today I'm coming at you boys with multiple 6'6", just Michael Jordan, yamming, slashing, playmaking, sharpshooting, different variations. So now what we're going to do is first I'm going to show you two different variations that I made at Community Day. But keep in mind that I also was keeping the logo gauntlet in mind when I was making these builds, and I will tell you exactly how I would change the build if I were to be making it for real. But if that doesn't help and you can't really get the idea of what I'm trying to say and you just physically need to see a couple good builds, I'll also be reacting to my boy Double H. He made multiple great 6'6" builds on his YouTube, so we'll react to those and I'll show you guys which ones I think are best from his video as well. I feel like 6'6" is a really good height this year to still get a lot of attribute breakers and still be small enough to kind of move as a guard, but still like big enough to play defense slash do whatever you're trying to do. So without further ado, let's get straight into this builder. Alright, as you guys can see, point guard, 6'6", minimum weight, wingspan, I believe I goes like 6'6". 6'7" wingspan it is. Right, now the first thing you're going to want to do is upgrade your driving dunk to a 94. You could also go 95 if you want straight arm tomahawks. I know those are some of the best dunks in the game and everybody uses them every year. So you could go 95 if you want that, but I personally went 94. I feel like you still get a lot of great dunks at this attribute. The second thing you're going to want to do is upgrade your three-pointer to a 92. Now, I personally, if I would make this build for exactly how I want to play, I would go 93 just so I could get that limitless range on gold rather than silver because it's only one attribute away. And then that vertical is at an 82. You could also put that vertical to an 85 if you are more interested in those Hall of Fame posterized, the Hall of Fame posterizer rather than gold. Next thing you want to do is upgrade that ball handle to a 92. As you guys can see, this unlocks unpluckable on gold and gets your handles for days on gold. And right after you're done doing that, speed with ball to 86 so you can get that lightning launch on gold as well. And the last thing I did is I upgraded my pass accuracy to a 91 just for when you're driving in, you want to kick out. You could honestly go 94 if you really do want to be dependent on bailout. But I personally would not put this much pass accuracy in general. That you could do this if you want. I was trying to mimic just like kind of his strong offense, can go dunk on everything, could go pass out, can still dribble the ball, can still shoot the ball well. But as you guys can see, there is a huge red flag in the defensive area. My interior isn't upgraded, my perimeter defense is upgraded, steal or block. This is a purely offensive slashing build. Like, this is if you're playing with a lockdown, you like to be a bigger guard. I still would upgrade more interior here than I did and maybe turn that pass act down. But for the sake of the Michael Jordan, like just pure offense, slashing, scoring machine, can't be stopped, I upgraded the pass act to a 91 so I could throw bullets at the same time as me being able to just drive and make the defense collapse. Now, this is the final look after I did a couple random touches on the offensive rebound, defensive rebound, interior, and whatnot. Now, I personally don't think this is the best 6'6" you can make if you are going strictly try-hard my park mode, but this was my version of trying to replicate what a Michael Jordan build would look like, just with the super high pass accuracy and playmaking ability, good speed with ball, good ball handle to get all the moves you need, high three, high dunk, high vertical, speed and agility. I'm not too sure how agility is going to come into play with this game, but I do believe that's off ball. So this was my best idea at mimicking a Michael Jordan. But now let's go react to just two overall great 6'6" builds for my Park boys who are trying to just make a straight demigod. Alright, now we are here at Double H's video. He's going to be giving us three different versions of the 6'6" that I'm going to let you guys choose from. And then on top of that, make sure you guys watch this video if you're also just interested in ISO builds in general. Because as you guys can see, he still drops a 6'7" build and a 6'8" build and gives you guys a little bit of gameplay at the end. I am personally just going to be focused on these first three 6'6" builds. I really liked the way he made them. So we're going to go over this, see what he did, see why he did them, and then that'll be it for this video. All right, now we are here with his very first 6'6". As you guys can see, he went PG, 6'6", 180 pounds, and 6'7" wingspan. If you look at that three, he has a 93 three, so he's going to be getting gold limitless. He has a 93 driving dunk, which is still good and effective in my opinion. If he goes too higher, he could get those straight arm tomahawks, but I'm sure that he'll show those in his later builds. 71 pass sec, which is kind of on the lower end, but this is more so for ISO. If you're gonna pass, it's gonna be because you're making somebody dramatically drop to the paint, so you don't really need a fast pass style. I wouldn't say this is like a PNR type of build. This is more of like an ISO go get a bucket build. He has an 86 ball handle, so you're gonna be unlocking some good dribble moves, not all of the glitchy guard moves, but he will get the majority of like the big guard moves. He has a 75 speed with ball, 69 interior, 85 perimeter defense, 79 steal, 68 block, defensive rebound, 85 speed, 77 agility, and an 80 vertical. I don't think I'm actually telling you guys exactly why this build is great, so let's just listen to a couple of the big things that he had in mind when making this build.
This build's looking great. I mean, gold posterizer, gold limitless range, which is going to turn to Hoff if you use the badge elevator on it. You have...
If you guys just heard what he said, that is one of the biggest things that are going to be coming into mind when you're making these builds. That badge elevator of whichever you decide to use that on, being able to turn a gold badge into a Hall of Fame badge, maybe a Hall of Fame badge into a legendary badge, that is going to be so big when making these builds. So this build is going to not only be getting a Hall of Fame limitless, it still has a 93 dunk, decent pass act, still has defense so you can hold your own on those twos court, and on top of that he has a 68 block, so you could get chase downs. Block is really underrated. I feel like if you can't afford it, it doesn't cost too much, but if you do have those extra attributes, block is always a good way to go. All right, for 6'6" number 2, he went PG, 6'6" height, 180 pounds, but this time he went 6'10" wingspan. Now, before I give you guys a breakdown on these attributes, I do recommend you guys watch this video so you can know exactly what he has in mind, because he does talk about cap breakers and badge upgrades, and all these things will go into why these builds are actually better than what you're physically looking at. If you understand the reasoning, if you have a couple questions, the majority of them will be answered in his video if you watch this full video. With that being said, let's get into exactly what makes this build so good. As you guys can see, he has a 96 dunk, so that's going to be starting off with Hall of Fame. If he uses his badge upgrade on that, that's going to be legendary posterizer. He still has an 89 3, which I do believe is at least silver limitless. He has a 79 midi, 69 pass act, still a little bit of a low pass act, but I'm like, you gotta take and give something to have these super offensive heavy builds. So he has an 86 ball handle, 75 speed with ball, 50 interior. I think he could get that a little bit higher without sacrificing too much. 85 perimeter, 79 steal, 68 block, a little bit of offensive defensive rebound, 80 speed, 76 agility, and this time he's gonna have 85 vertical, because that's gonna be necessary to get those Hall of Fame contact dunks off rip with the 86 driving dunk. All right, now that we're here on our fourth and final 6'6" build of this video, as you guys can see, this build is extremely similar to his other build. Basically, to just sum up what he just said, he turned down the pass act even more, and then in return, he got his interior up, a little bit of defense, more speed, a little bit more agility. Now, those are the 4 6'6" builds that I'm going to be showing in this video. If you guys liked and enjoyed it, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Before you guys leave, one quick reminder, I do want you guys to make your own builds when it comes to being at the beginning of the year, because at the end of the day, the creators are no more smarter than you guys. Maybe they have a little bit more experience. I think it's smart to base your build off of maybe things that you liked of maybe my build and maybe another creator's build. Try to throw them both together and make something that you like with the information that you know what I mean? I don't recommend completely copying builds until we get later into the year. After maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then I can really come here and tell you guys this is the best build and this is why, because these dribble animations are the best, and you know what I mean? Actually put some logic behind why each cap breaker and why each attribute, like that's when the meta builds actually start to become a thing, once everybody understands the game and what animations are better than others. But with all that being said, let me know if you guys made it to the end of the video. Like and subscribe. Go ahead and comment down below the video if you made it to the end and say we did it. I will know exactly what you're talking about if you just comment we did it. I will reply and interact with each and every one of those videos, just because I really appreciate you guys for making it this far. It's your boy FantaSZN, aka Fanta, and if you're OG, you might even know me as FantaSZN, and I'm out.